I just got back from analyzing every major runway show from Paris, Milan, and New York, and I have to tell you something that might surprise you. Half the trends the fashion magazines are pushing for fall 2025, you're going to hate them in 6 months. But here's where it gets interesting. I found 10 trends that literally no one is talking about yet, and they're going to blow up everywhere in the next 3 months. You know that woman you see who always looks effortlessly chic and you can never figure out why? She's probably already wearing 3 of these trends without even knowing it. The craziest part? Most of these can be pulled off with pieces you probably already own, just styled in ways that fashion insiders have been keeping to themselves. I'm about to spill everything, and I guarantee by the end of this video, you're going to look at your closet completely differently. The first trend is going to surprise you, and it's already creating a buzz in fashion circles. Peplums are back. But before you have flashbacks to 2012, hear me out because this is completely different. The fall 2025 runways showed peplums at brands including Bally, Diesel, and Max Mara, with Alaïa presenting sculptural, futuristic versions, and Dior showing hourglass-inspired silhouettes. The new peplum isn't that stiff, awkward ruffle that made everyone look like they were wearing a tutu to work. These are structured architectural shapes that actually create the illusion of an hourglass figure instead of hiding it. Think less bridesmaid dress from a decade ago, and more sophisticated executive who knows exactly how powerful she looks. The key difference is in the construction. Modern peplums are built into blazers, integrated into dresses, and designed to enhance your natural silhouette rather than overwhelm it. Here's why this trend matters for your real life. If you've been struggling to find professional wear that feels both polished and feminine, these new peplum pieces solve that problem. They give you waist definition without a belt, create curves where you want them, and make even the most basic outfit look intentionally styled. The trick to wearing this trend is choosing pieces where the peplum feels like part of the garment's design, not an afterthought. Look for versions that hit right at your natural waist and choose fabrics with enough structure to maintain the shape throughout the day. Slouchy bags are taking over fall 2025, with their soft, unstructured shapes offering a laid-back elegance that complements the cozy season. This trend is everything I've been waiting for. After years of tiny purses that couldn't fit a lipstick, we're finally getting bags that acknowledge that women have actual lives with actual stuff to carry. But here's what makes these different from the shapeless sacks you might be imagining. The best slouchy bags of fall 2025 are designed with internal structure. They slouch beautifully when they're not full, but they don't collapse into a sad pile when you set them down. The psychology behind this trend is fascinating. There's something incredibly appealing about bags that look effortless and lived in, like you just grabbed them and threw in whatever you needed without thinking about it. But the reality is that these bags are carefully designed to look casually perfect. For your everyday life, this means you can finally carry everything you actually need without looking like you're going on a business trip. Your laptop, your water bottle, your emergency snacks, your actual wallet instead of a card holder, all while looking like you have your life together. The key to making this trend work is choosing a slouchy bag in a neutral color with quality leather or fabric. The slouch should look intentional, not like your bag is giving up on life. I know what you're thinking. Brown? Really? But this color pairs effortlessly with everything from soft creams and ivory to deeper tones like burgundy and olive, adding a timeless touch to your fall looks. Here's why brown is about to become your new best friend. In a world where everyone is wearing black, brown makes you stand out while still being completely versatile. It's the color equivalent of being interesting without trying too hard. Brown works with your existing wardrobe in ways that other trendy colors don't. It plays well with denim, it makes gold jewelry look expensive, and it's somehow both earthy and sophisticated at the same time. But let's talk about the practical benefits. Brown doesn't show dirt and wear the way black does. It's more forgiving on different skin tones than stark black or navy. And unlike other trend colors that feel dated after a season, brown has this timeless quality that makes your investment pieces last for years. The fall 2025 version of brown isn't the muddy drab color you might remember from past decades. We're talking rich chocolate, warm cognac, and deep espresso tones that feel luxurious and expensive. Start incorporating brown through accessories if you're hesitant. A brown leather bag, brown boots, or a brown belt can instantly update your existing wardrobe without requiring a major investment. Designers shaved and dyed shearling to mimic the luxe look and feel of mink coats, with many emphasizing that their garments were shearling, not faux fur. Shearling is having a major moment, but this isn't the bulky, overwhelming outerwear you might be picturing. The Fall 2025 approach to shearling is refined, tailored, and surprisingly wearable. We're seeing shearling used in unexpected ways. Shearling-lined blazers that you can wear to the office, shearling details on handbags and shoes, shearling coats that are fitted rather than oversized, giving you warmth without looking like you're wearing a sleeping bag. The appeal of this trend goes beyond just looking fashionable. There's something incredibly comforting about tactile fabrics right now. After years of synthetic everything, there's a real hunger for materials that feel substantial and real. From a practical standpoint, shearling is an investment that pays off. A well-made shearling piece will last for decades, gets better with age, and provides real warmth for harsh weather. It's the kind of purchase that makes sense both financially and environmentally. The key to wearing shearling without looking costumey is choosing pieces with clean lines and modern cuts. Look for shearling that's been processed to have a smooth, refined appearance rather than the wild, textured look of traditional sheepskin. Polka dots are making a comeback, appearing on the Sandy Liang, Alexander McQueen, Isabel Marant, Moschino, David Coma, and Fendi runways. Before you dismiss this as too cutesy or retro, let me explain why Fall 2025 polka dots are different. These aren't the small, sweet dots of vintage dresses. We're talking about sophisticated interpretations that feel modern and wearable. The new polka dots come in unexpected color combinations, irregular sizes, and are often combined with other patterns for a more complex look. Think navy dots on camel, white dots on deep burgundy, or mixed-size dots that create visual interest without looking juvenile. Here's why this trend is actually practical. Polka dots are one of the few patterns that photograph well, which matters in our social media world. They add visual interest to simple outfits without being overwhelming, and unlike geometric patterns or florals that can feel very tied to a specific season, polka dots have this timeless quality. The key to wearing adult polka dots is all in the styling. Pair a polka dot blouse with tailored trousers and structured accessories. Choose dots in sophisticated color palettes rather than primary colors. And remember that the size of the dot matters. Larger dots tend to look more modern and less precious. The corporate aesthetic trend has evolved into something much more wearable than those early, overly rigid interpretations. Fall 2025 Corpcore is about looking professionally polished without sacrificing comfort or personal style. We're seeing this in blazers with stretch fabric, trousers that look tailored but feel like yoga pants, and dresses that transition seamlessly from conference room to dinner. The focus is on pieces that make you feel confident and competent without requiring you to sacrifice your personality. This trend matters because it's solving a real problem. So many women struggle to find professional clothing that feels authentic to who they are. The new Corpcore gives you the authority and polish of traditional business wear, but with modern fits and fabrics that actually work for real life. The psychology behind this trend is powerful too. When you're wearing clothes that make you feel professionally competent, you actually perform better. There's real research showing that what we wear affects how we think and behave. Look for pieces with clean lines but modern details. A blazer with a slightly cropped fit, trousers with an interesting texture, or a shirt dress with unexpected proportions. The goal is to look put together, but not like you're wearing a costume. Pattern mixing is having a moment, so take that as your permission to wear all of your prints at the same time. This might sound intimidating, but Fall 2025. Pattern mixing is more about creating visual interest than making bold artistic statements. The key is starting small and building confidence. The easiest way to approach this trend is through accessories. A striped shirt with a plaid scarf, solid pants with a patterned bag, or a floral dress with geometric jewelry. You're adding layers of visual texture without creating chaos. Here's why pattern mixing is worth learning. It makes your existing wardrobe feel completely new without buying anything additional. You can create dozens of new outfit combinations just by mixing pieces you already own in different ways. The rule for successful pattern mixing is to vary the scale of your patterns. If you're wearing small florals, pair them with large stripes. If you have a bold geometric print, balance it with a subtle texture or small pattern. Start with patterns that share a common color palette. This creates cohesion even when the patterns themselves are different. Once you're comfortable with that, you can experiment with more contrasting combinations. The athleisure trend has matured into something much more sophisticated than yoga pants and hoodies. Fall 2025 athleisure is about performance fabrics and sporty details integrated into pieces that look polished enough for any situation. We're seeing this in knit blazers that look structured but stretch like athletic wear, dresses made from technical fabrics that resist wrinkles and stains, and shoes that provide athletic comfort but look sophisticated enough for the office. This trend is thriving because it matches how we actually live. We want to look put together, but we also want to be comfortable enough to chase after kids, walk long distances, or work out spontaneously. The key to elevated athleisure is choosing pieces where the athletic elements are subtle rather than obvious. A dress made from moisture-wicking fabric that looks like regular ponte knit, a blazer with hidden stretch panels, shoes with athletic technology but classic styling. This approach to dressing acknowledges that we're all living more active, varied lifestyles and need clothing that can keep up without looking like we're always heading to the gym. Wide belts, chain belts, and sculptural belt buckles are having a major moment because they solve a fundamental styling problem. They can instantly make any loose or shapeless garment look intentional and flattering. The Fall 2025 approach to statement belts is about using them as styling tools rather than just accessories. A wide belt over an oversized blazer creates waist definition. A chain belt over a simple dress adds visual interest. A sculptural buckle becomes the focal point of an otherwise minimal outfit. This trend is particularly powerful for women who want to create more defined silhouettes without buying entirely new clothes. You can transform baggy sweaters, shapeless dresses, and oversized coats just by adding the right belt. The investment aspect makes sense too. A really great belt will work with dozens of different outfits and last for years. It's one of the most cost-effective ways to update your wardrobe and create new looks. Choose belts in neutral colors with interesting textures or hardware. They should feel substantial enough to make a statement, but not so elaborate that they only work with one outfit. The final trend that's going to change how you think about dressing up is what designers are calling relaxed glamour. This is evening wear that acknowledges that most of our special occasions are more casual than they used to be. Expect a high-low mix in 2025 with long-line fur coats, plunging necklines and feathers combined with slogan tees, leggings, and battered Converse high tops. We're seeing this in silk slip dresses worn with denim jackets, sequin tops paired with comfortable trousers, and fancy fabrics cut in relaxed, easy shapes. The idea is to feel special and dressed up without being uncomfortable or overdressed for the actual event. This trend matters because it reflects how socializing has changed. We're going to more casual dinners, outdoor events, and mixed dress code gatherings. Traditional cocktail attire often feels too formal, but jeans and a t-shirt don't feel special enough. Relaxed glamour gives you that sweet spot where you feel appropriately dressed for the occasion, but also authentically yourself. You're not wearing a costume or trying to be someone you're not. The key pieces for this trend are items that look fancy but feel comfortable. Think silk joggers, cashmere hoodies, embellished sneakers, or dresses made from jersey fabric but with luxurious details. Here's what I want you to remember about Fall 2025 fashion. These trends aren't just about what's happening on runways in Paris. They're responses to how women actually want to dress and live. We want to look put together without spending hours getting ready. We want investment pieces that work with our existing wardrobes. We want clothing that makes us feel confident and comfortable at the same time. Every single trend I just shared with you solves a real problem or fills a real need. The modern peplum gives you waist definition without a belt. The slouchy bags finally hold all your stuff. The brown color palette works with everything you already own. You don't need to adopt every single one of these trends to benefit from them. Pick the 2 or 3 that appeal to you most and start there. Maybe you experiment with pattern mixing using pieces you already have. Maybe you invest in one really great statement belt that transforms your existing wardrobe. The best part about these Fall 2025 trends is that they're building blocks rather than complete looks. They work together, they work separately, and they work with the timeless pieces you already love. Fashion should make your life easier and more enjoyable, not more complicated. These trends do exactly that. They make getting dressed faster, looking expensive easier, and feeling confident automatic, all without requiring a trust fund or a complete wardrobe overhaul. So whether you're ready to embrace brown everything or you're just curious about modern polka dots, remember that the best trends are the ones that feel authentically you. Take what works, leave what doesn't, and enjoy the process of discovering new ways to express yourself through what you wear. If you enjoyed this, subscribe for more easy style ideas. Which fall trend are you thinking of trying? Drop a comment, I'd love to hear.